Figured I'd do a toolbox tour. There's quite a few guys on YouTube that do these, so I don't have the best tools in the world, but I got some decent tools. I got a bunch of sockets. They're all, I took a piece of plywood and screwed all these socket rails on them, trying to stay organized. In the backs, all 1/2-inch impacts. I've got some SKs in there, and I got some good old Cummins tool sale sockets in there, which they're about the only thing I bought from Cummins that held up. Their stuff was garbage. But anyways, I got a retractable magnet. I've got one of those old speed wrenches I never use. Torpedo level. I put another one of them socket rails up here, and I put all my extensions and stuff on there. Over here I've got a T-handle Allen wrench set. Got some more Allen wrenches there. I got my Norseman drill set. Some of the best drill bits money can buy right there. As far as ratchets go, I really like these Pittsburgh Pro. They're kind of a snap-on copy. I really like those. I've got some Sears, or I got some Craftsman 1/2-inch. I really don't like these ratchets. I never liked them. They're kind of sloppy. They're not real fine tooth. Got another one there. This one here, I believe, is a Ace Hardware. Got a real nice old SK 3/8. Got this. Not sure. I think it's like a Titan. I don't know. It's like a 1/2-inch and 3/8, and it's got like a swivel to it. Don't use it that much, but it does get used. I got another Pittsburgh 1/2-inch breaker bar. Got a 3/8. I use this 3/8 all the time. These are really fine tooth. I think they're 72 tooth. And I just love them. I use the hell out of them. I mean, people like to talk shit about Harbor Freight, but these are good ratchets for the money. I mean, they're cheap. This is like a, I don't know, $15 ratchet, $20 ratchet, something like that. Anyways, over here I've got a Torx setup. Got some feeler gauges down in there. Spark plug gapper. I got a couple spark plug sockets. These old sockets. I don't even know what brand they are. But this set right here is Craftsman. USA Craftsman. These here are Stanley. Then all the other sizes, these small ones, they're all mismatched. I mean, this is a Stanley set right here. I believe this one is a Stanley set too. But, I've got some Craftsman ones in there and some SK in there. Not sure what, that's an oldie there. I'm not sure what brand that is. That's a Craftsman, old Craftsman. Some of them been ground down. It's not like I got snap-on stuff here, but does well for me. Up here, I got some PVC, some 3-inch pipe, and I built some drill holders. This is my older Milwaukee 3/8. Or it's a 1/2-inch anvil, but this one doesn't really have a lot of torque, so I put a 3/8 adapter on that. So I use this for small stuff. I've got a drill, all M18 stuff. I got the work light, and I got the Big Daddy. I mean, this will break lug nuts off. This is 1,100 foot-pounds on this old girl. So, this is my plier drawer. I got some water pump pliers. These are just cheap Pittsburgh ones. I do have in another tool bag. I got a pair of channel locks underneath there. I also got a pair of Snap-on water pump pliers, but they're in another bag. This is an old Craftsman. Pair of Kleins, Pittsburghs. I got these channel lock split ring pliers or snap ring pliers. I also bought a whole set of these Pittsburgh snap ring pliers. There's all my punches. Over here is like my cutters, you know, strippers and cutters. Got a couple pairs of diagonals. That is a Greenlee crimper. I'm not sure the brand on this one. X-Lite. Anyways, I've used a ton. I've used these a ton. Been really good to me. Got an old pair of Dykes there with no insulation on the handles. I forget what these pliers are. Duckbill, I think. Not sure. Anyways, I never use them. This is all my standard wrenches. These are mismatched. You know, I got some Craftsman. I got an Allen there, another Craftsman. I've got some older reversible gear wrenches. There's a Pittsburgh in there, a Task Force. I think Lowe's used to sell those. I got some older Master Mechanics. They're real nice wrenches. They're polished. There's another Allen Master Mechanic. These I bought, these Pro Gear. I actually bought these years ago at Kmart, and they have been some of my favorite wrenches I've ever had. They've held up wonderfully. Especially on like the Cub Cadets, trying to get the engine bolts out. You got to slip a wrench in between the front axle and the frame, and it's real difficult to get in there with a socket or something. So these are older open end combo Craftsmans. These things back here are worthless. I bought these from CarQuest years ago. They're kind of like a I don't know what you want to call them. They're terrible. Never use them. Got some other older style ratchet wrenches, Sears. These are Craftsman. These are okay. They don't really. They're not a real fine ratchet, and they're hard to get in places. And these are just kind of extras, mismatched stuff. There's some double end combinations. Not sure what the brand of this one is, but it's I don't know. But this is all my standard stuff. Metric. Don't do a lot of stuff. Don't do a lot with metric. The only thing I use metrics for is loosening up the oil drain plug on my GMC or Chevy pickup. That's pretty much it. They got a cheaper Pittsburgh set and a Craftsman set. These are all USA Craftsmans. And I've got some real garbage ones here. I don't even know. These are, you know, drop forged Chinamans. Got a lot of adjustable wrenches. I only probably use one at a time, but I got a lot of them over the years. And some of these are real special to me, like these crescents, these Jamestown crescents. You know, I look for these because, of course, crescent isn't even in America anymore. This is a crescent. and it's a USA Crescent. Not sure if that's a Jamestown one or not. I got another Jamestown right there. I got this big bastard out of a car junkyard. It was in a trunk of a car, and this is a Snap-on Blue Point, 15-inch. And I've used this thing a lot for all kinds of bending steel and, you know. I bought a couple new vice grips, whatever you want to call them, locking pliers. This is a Crescent brand, and guess where it's made? In China. Got some old school vice grips. And these ones have been welded on. Another old set. This one, no idea. This one's a real old piece of junk. There's one under here, though, that's very special to me because this is a Craftsman, but if you look, it says Peter Johnson on it. These are Uncle Pete's pliers. So I will hang on to those forever. And I got some garbage. These are Pittsburgh, you know. I don't even know why I bought them. I got so many. I mean, as you can see, I got a ton of 10-inch Crescents. I mean, or whatever you want to call them. Adjustable wrench is the proper term, I guess. This one here, this is a USA. Never heard of this brand. Minnesota. Huh. I actually got that. And it came with an economy tractor that I bought. It was in like a toolbox on the side. And I took it to the wire wheel. Here's my screwdrivers. I got a lot of Craftsman Phillips heads. This doesn't belong in here. A lot of Craftsman. I got some number 3s, number 2s, number 1s. I bought some of these actually from Harbor Freight. These are they're like their Pro Series. And they're nice screwdrivers. They got a magnetic tip. The tips seem to hold up well. Back there, I've got a couple files. These screwdrivers here, I bought these for putting the screws and points covers on the older Kohlers. They lock the screw on. Very handy. Again, got some Sears. This is a Crescent brand, I believe. Yep. That's a Klein ripoff. Another Pittsburgh Pro. I've used this thing to take tires off rims and, you know, I mean, really put some torque on, you know, use them as a pry bar. They don't bend, they don't chip. They're really decent quality. These are made in Taiwan. I'm telling you, the stuff out of Taiwan is decent these days. This is kind of miscellaneous things in here. You got a molding tool to pop stuff like you're doing car stereo work. This is a razor blade holder. This is like a Milwaukee 25-in-1. I'm not big into those. Another, that's a Craftsman. This is a scraper I bought years ago. There's an awl. So that's the top box.